We need to pull out our guy. Come on. Give me the friend. Give me the friend. There he is. Okay, let's pull him out for an hour now. Oh, let's get out of that. And then we'll refresh this. And then let's go tank mode activate. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to pop off today. I'm tired of just sitting here on my laurels. I'm ready to get some shit done, buddy. I'm gonna get her done today. Kokona, I don't have the Kokona emote either. I was gonna do the Kokona emote. Do I have it? I might have it. Hold on a second. No, I don't have it. No, I don't have anything like that. I do have some cool Dragon Ball Z ones. I follow this guy Sensei CJ just for his emotes because he's got shit like Vegeta and Dragon Ball Z stuff. We got Lord Beerus over here. He's got this dynamic between his chat with like angels and demons. He has angels and demons doing battle in his chat. That one goes that way. Look, here's Vegeta doing his final flash. This was cool. This was Goku doing his Super Saiyan. It's like Kamehameha wave. Yeah, Sensei CJ's got some cool emotes. I want to see if I have a Kokona. I think it's a default one, isn't it? I should have it. I don't know if they add that after. I think they took it out of the global emotes. People was using it too much. I'm sitting here looking into globals getting debated. But yeah, we got emotes, man. Gotta come use emotes on my channel. Pretty fun. Let's go do this other fate. Maybe this one won't be almost timed up. Yeah, there's 18 minutes on this one. We'll actually get to do some stuff on that one then. There are some XP bonus shit over here though. Let's go this way because this is a daily. I think generally we'd like to do dailies, right? Because maybe the reward might be worth it. 5 head. We got another one of those. Oh no, my caps lock. Does that work? Does it work? 5 head? There it is. Big brain. I don't know if I gave y'all all the IRL updates yesterday. I think I did. About stuff previously that was going on. My son went to school today. His friend got COVID, so we were like, oh shit, but he'd seen his friend like a week and a half ago or some shit like that, so I think his friend got it after the fact, but we're keeping an eye on him. He hasn't had any symptoms or anything. He just has an upset stomach whenever he eats late. And that night, the night before last, he literally ate a cheesecake and some hot Cheetos right before he went to sleep. It was like already past 8 o'clock. I always say don't eat past 8 o'clock. I don't eat past 8 o'clock. You're not supposed to even drink water past 8 o'clock, but I drink water. I don't mind getting up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. But if you want uninterrupted sleep, yeah, you want to stop drinking water probably a little earlier. But I think it depends. It depends on your diet and like what you're used to. Like this is just what I've gotten used to. I try to stay in a fasted state, but today, this morning, I ate breakfast a little bit earlier. I've been trying to like get, not really, I haven't actively been trying, but I had the idea I'd probably get back to fasting until about 2 or 3 p.m. And then just doing all of my days eating from 3 p.m. to probably 7 p.m. because I don't want to eat anywhere near 8 p.m. But I don't really need to. I'm not really like, I'm not overweight like I used to be. Or not grossly overweight like I used to be. I've always had this ambition to actually see a 6-pack, so I'm kind of not actively working toward it, but I'm setting myself up to where if I wanted to actively work towards it, it would be low-hanging fruit. So I don't know, I'm just every day I try to do something towards my mind, towards my body, towards my spirit. And then I do the stream, which really it's like all those things combined. It's like I've warmed up my mind, body, and spirit by the time I've come to the stream usually. And on a good day, on the most ideal day. Now, the schedules of like, you know, schools and like the wife and like just things that come up with vehicles and like, you know, just IRL stuff sometimes. Like that throws it all out of whack, and I try to get back to my stable setting as much as possible or as soon as possible. It's like we can stand turbulence. That's what we have a good structure and routine for, to facilitate disturbances. But yeah, I mean, as long as you're taking care of what you have to take care of when you have the time in your downtime, when shit hits the fan, you at least have that stuff taken care of already. And I try to do things to set myself, my future self up. And I think of that like the mind, body, and spirit is that very same idea. It's like it gets better too. Like everything works out smoother, everything's easier if those things are taken care of. You bring a more positive attitude to the things that you want to do or the things that you have going on. So it's like only beneficial. So I'm trying to like really pass the reins off to my son now. He's almost a teenager, so it's like, look man, he stayed home yesterday. It's like, all right, you're gonna cook yourself some breakfast, and then after that you're gonna do the dishes, and you're not out of school, so you can have a day off here. So yeah, teaching him responsibilities and stuff like that. He's just he's cool with it though. He's like down. He sees the reason why it's important. So I think that's what's really nice is like me and him, my son and I have that trust. And or maybe I'm just fooling myself. I just haven't been betrayed yet. But yeah, I mean either way, like he's a pretty honorable dude. So I trust him. And because of that, he trusts me. It works both ways. So but yeah, I feel bad on the days where I'm like, well, my son didn't go to school. Like I always feel like if somebody asks, I probably sound like an awful parent for not forcing him. Like, but nah, like I will disenroll him and homeschool him before I force him. I'll figure it out. I'll just figure out how homeschooling works if that's the road we got to take. I'm like, hey, if there's anybody at your school that you don't want to put up with, any teachers you don't want to deal with or anything like that, just let me know. We don't have to deal with that shit. We can do things differently. I went to school though, so I do see the value of it. Like I went like like in the school. Grades were the least important thing that I was worried about though. I was more worried about how am I going to use the bathroom every day, because my guts were always tore up whenever I was a kid. I didn't understand anything about my body. I was more concerned with like just, you know, anything but schoolwork really. But yeah, and then high school, middle school, high school, whenever I started getting interested in girls, like it was all that was out the window. I did what I needed to do though. Like I found a lot of girls respected a man that was intelligent. So if I did my work on some school years, like, and I was like the smart kid, I got to meet girls that way. But other school years, if the girl was a smart kid, then, you know, I got to meet girls that way. So that's kind of how I did things. That's how I got through the school year. Like as I got older, as I started getting like confidence in myself and stuff, or as I was at least delusional. I don't know if it was confidence or delusion at a young age, because I really don't know what I was doing. I had no goal or focus or anything. I was always just looking to have fun. Like I wanted to play video games. That's all I wanted to do was play. We'd always show up to school early if you were like a drop-off student or something like that, or even if you rode the bus, sometimes you had some free time. But sometimes some schools I'd go to, we'd run out and play handball before school started and someone would get a piece of paper and we just tape it up with tape, and you just pack it as tight as you can. Some kids would put tinfoil in it or something, but the point is you'd make a ball and you'd play baseball basically just with your hand as a bat. So there'd be a pitcher, he'd throw it, and then you'd hit it with your hand and try to run the 3 bases. The only thing was, the reason why they'd pack it so tight is because you could either tag the person or you could you could rail them with the ball. If they got stuck with the ball, then they were out. So you didn't want to get hit, so you kind of got good at sports growing up. So I learned how to play sports like that. Just kind of like through the school of hard knocks, I guess you could say. And then we play other games, like the one where you play, it's either, you could do that again with like a racquetball up against the wall. Like you didn't have to play like the baseball style handball. You could just have the wall and knock the ball into the wall, and then whoever, it's like tennis, I guess, when you do it that way. I think there's an actual name of the game. That's what I'm kind of trying to think of, but I don't know the name of the game. It's not racquetball. It's racquetball with your hand, basically. But yeah, if the ball gets by you for some reason, or if it's your turn to hit it and you don't hit it, then you line up. Then you go stand up against the wall and cover your nutsack because they got a free shot. So they would I forgot how they did it. I think they just threw the ball at you. It was like pretty brutal. But if it was them, then you would throw the ball at them. Like I play these games too, so I would also be the aggressor, throwing the ball at people and shit like that. And it was all in good fun. Nobody really ever got seriously hurt, but people got hurt. They weren't like crying or anything, but you can see they got fucked up from that one. Yeah, that was what it was like whenever I was playing school. I remember in high school, like there's the portables like outside of the school, the trailers that you go and like you would learn, like I don't know, maybe you'd have a history class out there or geography or something. And we'd have kids in Dallas that would go out behind the portables with boxing gloves. They would organize little underground boxing matches. And then whenever they couldn't have the gloves, they would actually slap box. I would stay the fuck away from them people. They were crazy. But they took that shit serious. I'd never seen that shit before. I was like, oh my God. And this is a school that had the metal detectors when you go in. That type of shit. And this was before all like you'd hear about kids like shooting and stuff like that, really. I mean, I think there were bomb threats and stuff back then, but I don't think there was ever like crazy shootings or stuff. It's tragic to the extent it's gotten today. It's because like some kids are just prisoners in them things. Like they don't want to be in school. Like school serves them in not like in their real life. It doesn't. They can't see really how it serves them. I mean, what school's meant to do is it's supposed to teach you how you learn. You learn how you learn in school, and it helps your memory. Like you learn memory, and like there are tricks and benefits. If you got teachers that care too, like you can get a little extra sauce from school sometimes. And I think that's the hope, is like you create a structure and environment where that emergent learning can happen. But the point of school is like you have the structure of knowledge, like to the best of our ability that we can explain it to you, that you can go and learn the rest of the shit you need to know for the rest of your life with. Like that's the whole point. But I think you can learn that outside of school as well. A lot of people do, like a lot of people in the whole world do. But it's almost like the idea was meant to give you a little boost, a little help to get a head start faster in the world. And I think it does that. Like, that's what I joined the army for. I wanted that same kind of like not an educational boost, but like a career boost. I wanted something that could create a foundation I could build my life on. So, and I had that awareness at a young age. Like I didn't want to go to school. I wasn't like a school learning person. When it come to tests and stuff like that, like just knowing it was a test, I would botch it just because I would like overthink the fact that it was a test, and I just like literally like I'd be looking at the words and my mind would be blank. I'd be staring at it like just dumb, like I have no idea what this. And I would just, if it was math or like multiple choice or something, then like I have problem solving like capable. I could problem solve and figure shit out. So I would do that okay. Like I got by pretty well. And when it came to like creative stuff, writing and words and speech and stuff, like I did really well in that stuff. I really liked my theater arts class. Like I felt like a natural at it initially, like in the beginning of the school year. But as it went through, like as I was learning more stuff, it felt like the more stuff I learned, the worse I got at it. Because after I started realizing like how much you had to pay attention to like the positioning you were on the stage and like how you had to face and like all these things, like you can just begin to think about only those things and not actually like be free and play. Like I think a lot more of what I enjoy, at least whenever it comes to like acting or movies or shows or entertainment like that in general, is the spontaneity and like the almost like the improvisation of it all. That's what I like about MMOs and gaming in general, is like a lot of games, they create that environment where you can just go and like improvise. You can go and have fun, just like messing around and doodling around in different ways. And that's what I do, is like I find like an objective or something, and it doesn't matter what it is. Like I don't like sit there and grind one specific thing either. Here's something like when they have like those food eating competitions and stuff like that. The champions mix up what they eat. They'll eat like some meat here for a second, and then they'll go and drink some water, and that'll change their palate. And the more they can change the flavor in their palate, like the longer they can eat or something like that. And I think of that like in entertainment and gaming, or even in life. Like the more you mix up what you're doing, I think the better you come to all of it, the better you show up for all those different things, like creatively, like technically, like you're just refreshed and you're